Hi, everyone. Yes, I've got 5 minutes and I've been told not a second more, so I will do my best. Thank you, first of all, for coming here today. This is a really exciting event for all of us at Living Streets who've been putting this on. I hope that you've been inspired by the presentations and the conversations you've had, and I hope you'll continue those conversations, because this is all about starting a campaign, doing something more, and asking you to support us on a journey to get more people walking and improve our cities for walking. I think we all know that walking is good for us and it's good for our cities. And at Living Streets, we really believe that walking is actually a solution to some of our really big problems. So we need to convince city leaders that walking is the solution to things like air pollution, obesity, congestion. It's a big solution to some of these big problems, and that's the case, and that's a role we need to get across. And I haven't got time to go through some of the examples, but we've seen in New York, we've seen in some of the examples Ricardo touched on, cities around the world are starting to realize that if you can get more people walking and you can reduce the number of cars, we can have healthier, happier citizens, and we can attract business and investment into the city. We had anyone who was here yesterday heard the fantastic stuff that they're doing in Paris, Madrid. They're also doing some really radical and bold things around improving our place for people and reducing the dominance of vehicles. And if you have a moment, and if you haven't already, I recommend you look at Susan Claris's Towards a Walking World report, because it has loads and loads of examples of really great small and large things that are happening around the world that are all about putting people first. And what about the UK? Well, we think Oxford Street's really symbolic. We really hope this does happen. We're going to really push for it. And it's really symbolic because it's about the idea of streets should be for people, and are we going to put people first on the most famous high street in London? So Oxford Street we think is really important. And we're also really behind the Healthy Streets approach, which was talked about today. We think that's absolutely the right way that we can build health and the thought of walking into all the transport and all the systems we do. So there's some good stuff happening. But all in all, I think we're also the feeling that UK cities are a bit behind the curve here, and it's been touched upon a few times. Even London has slipped behind. So how can we get cities in the UK up to the standards, up to really making them world-class places for people walking? Well, I'm really pleased today to tell you a little bit about our new campaign. It's the Walking Cities campaign. Put simply, it's around cities designed around people, not cars. We want to work with more cities. We want to convince city leaders that walking is a priority, and we want to make sure that they're implementing policies and practices that are really going to transform our cities. So what can we do about it? Well, unfortunately, most of us won't have city leaders enlightened as we had this morning, Jeanette or Val's or Ben's, and probably even less of us have Ricardo-type characters controlling our transportation system. So we as campaigners have a really vital role to play, and I'm pleased that's come up in all the speakers. We as campaigners need to be putting the pressure on, and without us, we're not going to see this stuff happen. So 3 objectives we set right at the beginning of the campaign to launch it. 1, we need to start talking about this. We need to start, as Ricardo said, getting city leaders listening to our debates, understanding this is really important stuff. The summit is just the start of this conversation, but please, please do help us continue this conversation, and we're going to do all we can to continue this after today. 2, we don't want to just shout about this stuff. We want to be able to offer credible solutions. Walking isn't about one measure here or one measure there. It's about a range of policies and programs that really transform our cities for people. And we've produced this blueprint. It's in your pack. Please do have a look at it. We've come up with 7 steps we think are the 7 steps needed to transform cities for walking. They are leadership, probably the most important. We need vision at the top. 2, that we need to plan our cities so people can actually walk to the local shops and school and services. We need to create a walking network where we're linking up key transport hubs and town centres and key places with really safe, attractive, inviting places to walk. We need places that you can enjoy, and you enjoy not just walking, but spending time, playing, socialising, sitting. We need to provide attractive alternatives to the car. So it's not just about walking, it's about linking up with public transport, a really good cycle infrastructure. And it's also about restricting car use and smarter road pricing and those kind of things too. We need to make our streets safer, and that means tackling road danger at source with things like 20-mile-an-hour speed limits. And we need to, on top of all that, encourage walking and encourage people, a culture of walking, and people to reclaim their streets. Okay, so the 3rd step of the start of the campaign is that we the mayoral elections are happening. There's also local elections around the country. We thought this was too good an opportunity to miss. So we've focused our energies in 4 areas: Edinburgh, Cardiff, Greater Manchester, and West Midlands. And we've had really good engagement with all the candidates in each of those areas. This is just 2 of them: Andy Burnham in Manchester, Andy Street, the Conservative candidate in Birmingham, and they're already saying really positive stuff. So watch this space. So 3 things I just want to leave and kind of hand the campaign over to you. So first things first, we're going to continue to campaign up to May in those 4 areas. If you live in one of those areas, please engage with us and join the campaign. We're going to be asking you to attend hustings or, and grow the voice of walking in those areas. 2, if you haven't got very long but you like speaking on social media and you want to carry on the conversation, please engage and talk, because we need to have more people talking about walking on these social platforms, and follow the Walking Cities hashtag. And if you like speaking to people face-to-face and you have a little bit more time and you really want to make a difference and create walking cities and towns in your local area, please consider joining one of our local groups or setting up your local group in your own area, because these guys do some really fantastic stuff, and I really thank you for all the work you do at a local area. And we'd love to hear myself or Ruth or anyone else at Living Street come and speak to us if you're keen to set up a local group in your area. So thank you for coming today. Thank you for taking part in the launch of our Walking Cities campaign, and please do continue to support our work. Thank you.